Welcome to the City Skylines Showdown, a friendly competition and showcase run by the community for the community. What are the showdown rules? Well, let's take a look. You get a theme. Build something awesome within that theme with no map, mod, or asset restrictions. Turn in a cinematic video shorter than 5 minutes in length before the deadline. Competition entries cannot be a previous build, but can be a new addition to an existing city. Previous builds can be entered as a showcase entry, but will not be eligible to win the competition. This week's theme? Cemetery. With special guest, CyberScytheX Streams. Without further ado, here's the host of City Skylines Showdown, Made You Ship Your Pants.
My name's Made You Ship Your Pants. I am like an ultra detailer. We are doing our second CS Showdown this week with our theme is cemeteries. Kind of go with kind of like a Halloween theme. We have a special guest this week. His name is CyberScytheX Streams.
How's everybody doing? How are we doing, Chip?
Doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Beautiful, man. Doing good.
Are you excited for this week's theme?
Dude, I'm so pumped up about this. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be awesome. And I can't wait to see what everybody came up with.
This week we have we're gonna start with CyberScytheX. He put it showcase, so he'll be. I don't think he's in chat today to go over his build, but you can catch him on YouTube, or not YouTube. You can catch him on Twitch at CyberScytheX. And he shares a Discord also with me called Detailer's Hope, and we all try to promote City Skylines in there also.
So really quickly, Chip, just for me and for chat probably, can you explain what the difference between the showcase and the showcase entries are? What the difference is?
The showcase entries are sometimes people don't want to compete in the like a competition, so they throw in a showcase just to have their build showcase it at instead of having a competition kind of thing.
Okay, cool. So they're not going to be judged or rated in the competition, but we're going to check out how awesome their work is still.
Yeah, like if they want to showcase, like show off their build or to show how great of what they built. Kind of
awesome,
thing.
Man. Cool.
All right. We could go into his video real quick. There we go. And this is his. This is a pre-made cemetery that he did maybe a month or two ago. He did really good on this. I like it. Like he has a little mixture of like the crosses and like the kind of like an inner city kind of cemetery.
I was gonna say I really like the urban feel because everything I was envisioning myself was gonna be like sprawling rural area. I love the urban feel, the hedges and everything, how it kind of keeps this, like, it fits. It's right here in downtown, it looks like, but it fits. I love that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And like how the roads kind of wrap around the cemetery. Like the cemetery's been there for a while and the roads wrap around it.
Yeah, that's always something that's really cool when you can make something look organic in cities. I think that's the most important thing to do. It's really easy to have an open budget and just build whatever you want to build, but it's really cool whenever you get away from that and see something like this where it looks like the cemetery and the church has been here for a long time and they built the city around it so that they can kind of preserve the history.
Yeah, I do like that. And then like the old church, the little small church there. He has a nice little cemetery sign there. I never even seen that sign on the workshop.
Yeah, me neither. That's nice. That's neat. I love the how like the cemetery itself has a kind of like the unique looking trees and hedges and stuff, and it's a little different from what you see around it in the city as well, but it still feels like it fits right in with everything.
Yeah, like the different color of the graves, like everything's different and unique.
Yeah, I'm also noticing it looks like there's kind of a like war memorial type area, maybe like a memorialized area, and then you kind of have the maybe I don't know. I'm trying to kind of maybe obviously like without having a story, I don't know what he was going for specifically, but I like how it's kind of segmented off. Like maybe you have your regular or standard civilian type areas, maybe some heroes or something, and fallen war memorial area, and then you've got kind of this other area we're looking at right now. We're right over top of that's maybe your high dollar end type areas. It looks like it's really nice.
Yeah, no, yeah, because most cemeteries do have like a upper class resting place.
Right,
You
not
could
for Twitch
say.
streamers.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, this is his showcase. I wish he was here to explain his build. But who do we could go on to the next video, which will be Sakura Nation. We'll bring him into move. There we go. Hi, Sakura Nation.
Hey Sakura, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me.
You want to tell about yourself? Tell the chat about yourself?
Yeah. So my name's Sakura Nation. I'm from the UK. I mainly build Japanese-inspired cities because I love everything to do with Japan. I've been a few times, and it's such a fantastic country, and the people are so nice. And so I've got to build this on 6 Skylines. And when I came back the first time, I looked on the workshop and found so much. I was like, I've got to do something with this, and so I started building. I've been playing the game since early 2016 and absolutely love it, but only started YouTube about 5 months ago now. Basically gave me something to do during lockdown. I'm not allowed out, so I had to do something, and I wanted to showcase what I could do to people and show everybody, hey, I love this game and this is what I can do.
No, yeah, I can agree. Like this game is so great. Like I've been playing it since almost release, and it just so great now. Like it's so much better now than what it was 4 years ago.
Oh, 100%. And a lot of that's got to do with all the amazing mods and assets we've got now on the workshop. I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the workshop, I don't know if I'd still be playing because
No,
that gives so much flavor to this game.
Oh yeah, I'm sure most of us wouldn't. Between mods and your assets, there's that's such a huge thing to be said for the game too. Is just none of us would probably still be here. This game's 5 years old, and I don't think any of us would still be here if it wasn't for all the amazing people on the workshop.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get into your build. You want to explain your build to chat?
Yeah, so basically, this isn't what I originally planned to do. I originally planned to build a UK cemetery known as Cemetery Junction, which is from the south of England, and it's basically just a massive cemetery. But then I was basically sitting there going, well, I want a cemetery for my city, my current series of Future Guy. I wanted a cemetery, so I thought, right, I'm going to look into this a bit more and build basically what you see on the screen there. And one thing I noticed was there wasn't enough assets on the workshop, so I ended up making quite a few to put in here and sort of bring it to life, as it were, and make it feel more Japanese. I based the entrance off a cemetery in Okinawa, where it's got that raised car park before you get into it, and then goes into sort of the main courtyard of the cemetery where it's got like the funeral home and a couple of shrines and stuff like that, just to give it a bit more, split it up from the rest of the city, so it's not just city graves and then more city. It kind of splits it up a little bit, and I pull it off to one side. And during my research, I found that there was 2 different types of cemeteries in Japan. You've got the ones that are just the graveyards, which you can see on the screen now. They're just graves in a row, very similar to Western style, cemeteries. And then you've got the ones like this, which are a bit more. They remind me of mazes without the hedges. And then you've got the wooden planks behind it, which are called stupas. I was told. I thought they were called something else, but I learned something there. And they have the names of the family members and stuff on the back of them, and they look so cool. And I had to make them to fit in this. I thoroughly enjoyed this whole build. It was so much fun. I got really creative, did a few things. I've also seen the background there. There is a bit of a Western graveyard as well, because there are a lot of foreigners in Japan that die there, during the war as well and stuff like that. So I've got them, a little graveyard for them as well, and it's very Western crosses and stuff like that, and it just separated out of the way from the main Japanese cemetery.
Yeah, I like the little pond you have there with the like lotus in
Yeah,
there. Like
I mean,
I
I'll
haven't seen.
blatantly be honest, mate. That is, I had some space, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not building more of these. These are taking forever." And I had some space, so I was like, "I'm going to stick something else in." I decided to do that little pond.
That's
Yeah,
great,
it's a
man.
nice.
The whole thing I look at, like what I'm the whole literally, I'll just be totally honest with Sakura. As soon as I see this, what my first thought is, holy cow! I would put this much time and detail and number of assets and just like focus and in the detailing and all that into an entire city. And you've got that in just this, what I would imagine to be probably the size of maybe a few city blocks or whatever, which is the size of this cemetery. And it is just beautiful, man. Kevin Chat even says, "Is this Google Earth?" And I just want to make sure if it is, that is cheating. So if you're just using Google Earth, you can't do that. This is beautiful, man.
That was in the rules.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm not too familiar with like Asian graveyards, but like it really like I feel like I know like after seeing this like it it does look it feels like it gives me that Japanese like Asian
It's
vibe.
what you would imagine an Asian cemetery would look like after I saw this. If you asked me to draw one, or if I had to do this myself, I would have to do a ton of research. But just looking at this, man, this is amazing. And I guess, is this the western side here that we're
That's
seeing?
it. So you've got all the crosses there. In
Yeah.
fact, there's standard headstones with the crosses on and the big cross statue with a sword. Again,
Just
they're
beautiful,
on the
man.
workshop. I made them. They're on the workshop to download as well, if anyone wants them. So they are there. But yeah, no, I wanted to do that. And you were saying, it gives you that Asian vibe, which is obviously exactly what I'm going for, it being Japanese city and all. But the amount of research I put into this, it took 3 days to the build, about a day and a half of pure research before and in between studying for my exams course. But I was so much effort, and I wanted to combine the two different types of graveyard because they're not combined in Japan. But I felt like I wanted something really big, and I wanted both sort of styles here, and so that's what I did, and I absolutely loved doing it. And you don't know if you saw at the beginning by the car park as you come in, where I've put the ivy over the top of the Torii gate. That took me forever playing about with PO to get that to wrap round, but it does look really nice. It looks like it's
Yeah.
sort of been left
Yeah.
alone a bit and grown. And you can see across the front where I've got all the stupas running across the front, the old ones where they're sort of placed for a display, and everything looks a bit overgrown at the front. But then you come into the main graveyard, and it's very tamed and looked after, and it looks designed to be the way it is. And man, I absolutely love doing this.
Yeah, man.
Chat
Honestly,
wants to know.
when I'm looking at it, one of the things I look for when I'm thinking about like detailing and just thinking about, especially this build, is just how long it would take me to go through and just to see everything that you've done here. And I think that's the big thing is like, I don't feel like from this video that I've even captured everything that you've able to do. That's not an insult on your video. That's just a huge props to your build. I think that's the thing is like we could all sit here for at 30 minutes, 45 minutes and just look at, hey, this is what I had to PO and this is what I had to do and this is what I did. And just staring at this shot, even just right here, I can just see how much work you put into it, man. It's absolutely beautiful.
Round about
Right.
6,000 POs in this graveyard alone.
Ooh,
Wow.
wow. That's insane.
I literally,
that-
I was saying to before this, I was shooting this whole cinematic views at like 1 frame a second to get the smooth. Otherwise, it was just jumpy all over the place. It was that much going.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk off stream on how you do that. That's some work. I've not been able to figure that out, so we'll figure that all out. I'm a learning detailer.
Chat wants to know how long it took you to build this. Just in graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, it took roughly about three days worth of work. I mean, not 3 straight days, probably looking about sort of 4 to 5 hours a day, so about 15 to 20 hours of
15 to
work.
20 hours
But
spread
then
over
again,
3 days.
yeah, that's it. But then I had to, I deleted this so many times, and I rebuilt it, restructured it, redesigned it. The only thing
Yeah.
that didn't change was the front. The front bit stayed. I built that within like 2 hours, and I knew what I wanted. I just went straight into that car park and that sort of like front open area, the temples and shrines and stuff. But coming into the main graveyard, yeah, about 15 to 20 hours worth of research and ripping it down, building it again, changing it, and
Yeah,
building
typical
assets.
detailer. You rip it out until you have once you dig into it and get into it, then you get the flow. Once you get that flow going, that's where it goes.
I mean, what I ended up doing is I had the whole thing built in the first day, and then I went to bed and I woke up the next day and I was like, nope, and I ripped it all down. And I built this little square here that you're seeing now with the 3 torii gates and the sort of maze-looking graveyard. And I built that, and once I built that, I knew exactly what I wanted. And then I had to build that everywhere, and that just took forever. But you know, that was it for me. That was like that little light switch on my head going, right, this is it. This is what I want. This is how I want it to look. And then from there, it just rolled off from that point.
No, this is really beautiful.
Just beautiful work, man.
If anyone wants to see his work, just he does YouTube content right now. He's doing a series. You can it's the links in the at the top, and right here's his link in chat. Give him a follow and check out his work on YouTube. And good luck to you, Sakura Nation. And thanks for this beautiful build.
Thank you very much, guys. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, this thing is gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for showing us that, Sakura. That is beautiful stuff. I think that's the coolest part about this whole competition is win or lose. It's just amazing. We all get to sit around. Like I would be here and be just as interested if it wasn't even a competition, if it was just getting to look at everybody's builds. But obviously, the competition part makes it exciting and makes it adds a cool element, I guess, to the whole video. But just being able to look at this stuff, I'm just in awe and amazed at what people can do in this game. It's amazing.
Yeah, as long as you have the imagination, you can almost do it in game for the most part.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Who do we have next? We have rlas as the next contestant.
Yeah, I'm here. The stream is offline in Discord.
Yeah, it just went offline on Discord. We'll get it back up. There it is.
There we go.
Okay, now
How are you, friend?
I'm really nervous. I just had birthday, like on 25th October. So I'm 19 now, not 18 anymore.
Happy birthday, dude! Welcome in.
Oh, thank you.
Does that mean you're legal to drink into German now? Or
that starts 18.
18? Yeah. See, in the U.S. it's 21.
Yeah. So you've got a full 12 months and like 6 days now of practice, right? So you're good.
I don't drink at all. I don't like alcohol.
No, that's good. That's smart.
That's right. It's awesome, man. Yeah, you can't drink because you got to focus on this detailing, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, the ideas that I had, I think I could have drank like a lot to get these ideas. I was like, after I finished this, I was like, what did I even do?
All right, we can go into your build right here. You want to explain your build to chat?
Well, I had a really weird idea. I wasn't really happy with my build at all. I had this really big church because on the City Skylines Discord server, people said my church that actually Sakura used in his build. I actually used that before, and it was so tiny looking in this European city center. So I have now a church that is like 2 blocks of buildings large, and then I have this really little cemetery that I had to like squeeze in there somehow, and I had these winding roads. There's also a little park. Yeah, and then I actually first built that that path with the grass stone rocks. Yeah, and then I had the idea of a haunted, like soul-trapped cemetery part that is blocked off. Yeah, it's a whole story about this. I had so many ideas out of nowhere. It's so weird. I always have these moments when I'm starting to build, it looks like shit for me. But when I'm like 1 hour in, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is taking shape somehow. And I'm getting all these ideas. I don't write that shit down, so I forget it all. And when I try to go back and do something, I'm like, wait, what idea did I just had yesterday? And I'm like, oh no. why am I not remembering this? And then I come up with something else. Yeah, I have like 5 FPS in this area. So I didn't do a cinematic video this time because I had the fear that I would record in like 1 FPS and speeding up would look janky. So I only did like normal movement with the camera. Yeah.
I love this, man. I love how you went with like a lot of the spirit stuff and kind of played into a lot of the Halloween kind of theme. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like the colored hedges and everything there. You got the fire pit there.
Yeah, these trees are actually PO. Like these are normally green, like dark green cypress trees, and I just colored them. Yeah, and these lights are these new, well, not really new spotlights, but they are flashing. They're slow fade and fast fade. Yeah, these are really cool. These are like representing the souls, and this one tree and the fireplace are like the two like bosses. I also use PO to use this day-night cycle thing that I used on my on the truck stop at first that I showed you on Discord. I use this on the exit doors, like the cemetery is closed off at night and the doors actually close.
I see that. Yeah, that's really cool, man. I think I think it's really cool. I guess the best word I would use, I love the creativity that you came up with this build. Really neat. I don't think anybody else would have. I mean, I haven't seen all the builds yet, but I don't think anybody else has come up with that idea of using souls and spirits and kind of that kind of stuff. It's really a unique take in a other, like, I think this is one of those builds that it would be really easy to just do a cemetery and not be very creative with. And I like how you got really fancy with it, if you will.
I like the creativity with the PO using the day-night cycle. I like that. That's not a lot of people know about that.
Yeah, I'm actually using that all over my city now. When I found that out, I was like, oh yeah, this is so useful. I use it everywhere at the moment, like park cars, shows. Like I'm building a US car meeting right now, and they wouldn't stand there at night. So I'm deleting them all at night, and the area is just empty. There's then rubbish because people leave their trash everywhere usually. Yeah.
So to clarify for us non-detailers, what you're saying is you're using PO to make things happen when I guess the time of day changes?
Yeah, you can there's a setting when you press edit, and there's like this advanced editing, and there you can press that it is only showing at day or at night. And when you pause the simulation while you are at night or day, and then you change the day-night cycle of any mod that you want, and then it doesn't adapt. Like my truck stop was like, wait, why is that not changing? Then that's why I found it out. And then I pressed play and was like, oh, okay, so now it adapts. So you can actually make shots at night or at day with the other setting.
Okay, cool. I did not know about that either. Just same as chat, but that's a really cool. I see that as like a really cool option for things. Not just the cemetery. I think it's really neat how you're closing the cemetery at night, opening it during the day, things like that. Really cool. Talk about detail. Really cool detail. But it's also a really cool idea. I'm thinking in my brain about like on these streets right here, having, like you had mentioned, like trash and things like that from where people are partying maybe, or like have it like crazy nights out in like some of your more urban areas, and then being able to PO that for days and nights where it gets cleaned up before the next day, things like that. That is really cool and amazing idea.
This could actually be really useful for like snow areas. Like you have these snow props and you can PO them, and at night it freezes all over the place, so roads are filled with snow, but at day it usually melts, so you delete that.
My God. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, this is so beautiful. Like I like how you have the winding roads, like you got that European vibe to the city, and like it said, like the graveyard's been there forever.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's another
everything's
thing.
been built
It's very
around it.
similar to like it's like the city's just come up around it, which is very cool. I love the detail of like the hearse and things over there in the parking lot and all, and just kind of like I said. I mean, I think it's amazing to me that both competitors so far have come up with this urban build. It's not something I would have thought of. It's amazing, great build, man. It's beautiful.
Great build. And if chat wants to look at our list, he has a YouTube channel. You could let me put there it is. There's his link to his YouTube and his Instagram.
Definitely
give him a
go give
follow
these guys
there.
follows, guys. This is beautiful. It's amazing. Or subscriptions,
is-
I guess, on YouTube.
Very good work, Arliss. Like I like the creativity with the PO and having it day-night cycle, the open gates. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay. You want anything else to say? The
Mm,
chat? Oh, never mind. They moved you out. All right, we can go on to the final contestant, Sydney Jase. He's from Australia. He does YouTube too. It is kind of early in the morning for him, so it's like probably 3 a.m., 3:30 in the morning for him. Are you there, Sydney Jase?
Hey, yep, 3:30. So I'm trying my best to put some sentences together.
No, it's understandable. But this is your second time in the showdown, also with Arliss. You want to go over your build and tell chat about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm still a pretty new detailer, hanging out on Twitch, stalking the detailers there, and starting off on some YouTube as well. So I've got some videos coming out this month, so pretty excited about that. But yeah, loving the detailing. It's lots of fun.
Yeah, you only have like 300-400 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, about 350. So this is in my current city. It's Plenty Bay. I spent a fair bit of time on this viewpoint. I wanted like a dramatic entrance to the cemetery. So you can see across the entire width of the cemetery there, the cobblestone paths, the hearse, things like that. So we've kind of got an old and new part to the cemetery. You can see the original chapel there and the early gravestones, the kind of weathered gravestones. So in this build, I've kind of gone for lots of like green foliage, lots of textures. I wanted a somber feel to the build, so not lots of bright colors or anything like that. There's odd bits of contrast around. So there's a little residence at the back of the chapel where the priest or the celebrant would live, and some paths that come around to the front of the chapel. The cobblestone paths are probably a little bit newer, so they've probably been upgraded recently, so some details around there. And this is the mausoleum section of the build. So this would have been like an original part of the cemetery as well. I really went for like a bleak feel here. So like the flowers in the planters are kind of dying off. There's no flowers in the vases. So probably not an area that people would actually come and visit, but it's kind of kept tidy. But there's a contrast between that section and the newer section, which is kind of up towards the back. So flying across now, we've got the caretaker's cottage. So just a little humble little cottage at the back of the property where the caretaker would live. Got some lawnmowers and some work sheds there. And then got a memorial garden. So just a nice quiet place to come and contemplate. So nighttime, we've got our lights, so everything's lit up nice. And then coming towards the back is where the cemetery is kind of expanding from the top of the screen where the original chapel is down to the bottom where the newer gravestones and graves are kind of being laid out. So as we come around, it's kind of like right to left. You can kind of see where the new parts are, just expanding towards the bottom there.
No, I like this. Like it's compact, but you manage to fit a lot of detail into it. Like it's like you get the little memorial there.
Yeah, the little memorial. I've got some like changed the lamps out to some Gothic lamps to kind of more fit the build. I like thinking about the bigger picture, like what kind of people would be working there, where would they live, elements like that, and just lots of textures, lots of different kind of grass textures, and yeah, different contrasts from the old to the new part of the cemetery.
I like how you put those graves on the wall there too.
A
That's
little
pretty cool.
memorial wall, yeah.
Yeah, you PO'd those onto there. That's pretty nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I was gonna say I like how again you've gone with this kind of segmented portion of the cemetery where you've got some things going on in some parts, and then you've kind of got your higher class. I think those would be like mausoleums and things over here. That's a really nice addition.
I like the little tractor shed you had at the back too, so that like where they could mow the grass. I like that.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Yeah.
and then you have like the older grave sites over here. I like that. Like with it, like before they decided it was going to be a cemetery.
That's right. It would
Kinda
have
thing.
just been a chapel on the hill and some original gravestones before it expanded out to the actual cemetery site.
No, I like this. Like it's small, compact, but yeah, I like how you worked it in. Like you got it. You hit pretty much all the points of a cemetery. Like they have the richer like mausoleum spots, and then just like the basic graves kind of thing. And then you have like the little paths going through. I like that.
And just trying to tell a story from how it would have expanded out, how it originally would have just been a chapel on the hill, and then the more original gravestones kind of laid out a little bit more haphazardly, and then kind of expands out to the newer sections.
No, I like that. Like it just you can see where it got modern from older to more modern graves there.
And this is just a small city. It's just like a 20,000 population city. It's not a big sprawling city, so it's kind of fits in with the city scope, I think.
No, I like that. And like I said, thank you again for waking up so early in the morning, spending you're on Sunday. You're in the future,
In the
Sunday
future.
morning with us.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's great,
these
man. I
events
appreciate
are
you coming in.
these events are a lot of fun. So thanks very much for hosting.
Yep. And for everyone, like give Sydney Jase a follow on YouTube. He's doing some content. He said he's gonna have some content on YouTube shortly. So give him a follow on YouTube and be on the lookout for his work. Like
Absolutely. I
this
just had to go over and give him a subscribe, right? I don't know what the right word is, but I just wanted to go sub to him right now. I think he's gonna. If I'm just looking at this, the future is just super bright. The guy's got 330 hours in the game or something. That's amazing. So
yeah, that's what surprises me a lot. Like a lot of people don't get into detailing that early. That's what's surprising me.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
300 hours is smash that sub button for him.
That's right.
You did great work, Sydney Jase.
Cheers, appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
And then we have we have a showcase from the Sheik coming up. His build is kind of like a spooky graveyard. So he has like a little pizza delivery guy coming up.
Is that playing pizza?
Yeah. So he's coming up, like you see the fog over the graveyard, like the little fog coming in, and then the delivery guys going up to the house up here. And like he has that little spooky aspect to it. And then you get like the eye view, the first person view coming in.
This is spooky as it gets, man. This is awesome.
Yeah. Like it hits the Halloween theme and the graveyard cemetery theme. Like just thinking outside the box, and you have Just a nice little vibe. Like it just something like a lot of people don't really the steam smoke, like people coming out of graves.
Chat's saying I guess the video is super loud. We can't hear anything.
I can't hear your voices. The chat, the drums. We can maybe mute the video, but yeah, that's the Chic 12, and he did like a little pizza delivery driver into the to the
Get to Giorno.
cemetery.
That's great. This is beautiful.
But we do have our winner, which is the drum roll go a little bit more, and it will be Sakura Nation. We'll bring him back in.
Congrats, Sakura. It's awesome, man. Beautiful.
There you go, Sakura Nation. You won the second city showdown.
Oh,
Are you
wow.
there?
Yeah, I am.
Like everyone's build was great. Like I loved everyone's build. It was tough. Is what like it had to be on a slim
Such
margin.
a beautiful build, though, Sakura. You did great, man. This is amazing.
So much detail.
Like guys. Like I said, really enjoyed it. It's great fun.
And we have like this is like I just like how you vibed it all into the city. And like I said, I don't even know anything about Asian cemeteries, but by just looking at this, I pretty much know everything I need to know about them. For the most
Yeah. I
part.
mean, I feel like you educated us a lot here, and just gave us an amazing look into kind of what the Eastern world and then like kind of what Asia does with their cemeteries, especially Japan. And I think it's just beautiful, man.
Thank you very much. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed doing this, and it's like the first time I've ever done anything like it. And like when Cyber's like, "Yeah, you got to do this," I was like, "All right then," and joined Discord, and I was on edge for so long. I was like, I'm not sure about it. Don't really have much time, but I'm glad I did it. And to win was amazing because the other two entries were absolutely fantastic. I loved them, and I learned something about PO today as well, which is great. I'm thinking shutters for shops and all sorts of stuff. So absolutely amazing there. And I absolutely loved everything it did. I loved Sydney's because it just reminds me of home. I know it's from Australia, but it's such a British looking cemetery, and it's just like pumped my heartstrings a little bit. And I love both of them. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, you did great, man. Thank you so much for spending all this time on this build because I know how much time it took you, and just appreciate you. I think detailing and this kind of work is it's a work of art, and I appreciate you putting in the dedication and the work and the time and the effort just to be able to showcase this to us, allowing us to see how beautiful of a build it is, man. It really means a lot. It's awesome.
Thanks for having me. Really enjoyed it.
And then we have like we have like I said, give Sakura Nation a follow on YouTube. He's starting out like he's heavy detailed. Like I said, this is insane. Like this is insane amount of detail here. Like all the graves and everything.
Yeah,
And
I feel
you
like
did,
my computer would just burn up if I did this. This is
and you have
amazing.
like some custom assets in there and everything. Like I love that. Like it's so beautiful.
My computer does burn up when I do it.
There you go. Great. You got to take it to its max, or you're not. If you're not taking your PC to its complete maximum specs, then what are you really doing? Are you even detailing? Really?
This is it. I mean, my latest is with Future Guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm down in like the 5 frames a second in little outskirts and like 1 frame a second in the major cities. And the amount of detail I do and PO and props and all sorts of stuff, it just keeps me going, and I love it. And I'll do like 10 minutes worth of video in about 4 hours of work. Just doing stuff.
Wow, man.
I
Wow.
absolutely love it. So I can't.
Chat
Literally
wants
all
to
I
know
can say
how
is
much.
just wow. It's beautiful.
Chat wants to know your FPS.
So, as I said, most of the time I'm looking at roughly about 5 frames a second in most places, which is terrible. If I look away from the city, it will jump up to 30 to 40. no problem. I've got a lot of trees. Trees are my Achilles heel, I'll be honest. I put them everywhere because.
Yeah.
But then again, in doing Japanese city and in Japan, they've got a lot of mountains and hills, and there's trees and wildlife everywhere. And also the rice fields. You can't see it in this, but you'll see it in on my YouTube channel soon when I finish editing the video. I've got rice fields everywhere, and they take ages to set up and PO. And yeah, that drops my FPS. But if I sit directly in the middle of one of my small little towns, which is coming up, where I do like a river going through it and stuff, and I've just got a lot of detail in there. I sit around 2 FPS on, and that's having most things down at like below 100% graphics. I've got it right down to so I
Wow.
can build. And yeah, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'll deal with the FPS drop because I just love doing it. And the afterwards at the end when I watch the cinematics of my videos, and I read the replies and the messages I've got, and I'm just like, you know what, this was totally worth it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's totally working out for you. So I mean, you gotta love it. That's beautiful, man. It looks awesome. Thanks like I said, thanks again for submitting it to us.
Yeah, this is a beautiful build. Like everyone's build was so beautiful. Like it was tough. This week was very tough. This theme. But like I said, thank you again, Sakura Nation, for stopping by and submitting this beautiful build.
Absolutely perfect. Thanks for having me. And to everyone in chat, thanks for watching. I really enjoyed it. And thanks to the people who subscribed to my channel already. I'm watching it grow as we're talking.
Absolutely, man. I had to jump over there myself. Absolutely amazing, man. I can't wait to see all the work that you do. And I look forward to you coming back.
All right. Thank you again. And we have our theme for the next showdown after
Ooh,
this.
juicy.
We have like I said, we're still, this is only our second broadcast, so we are still in the process of working out our kinks and everything. But this is our theme for the next one. You're gonna have 2 weeks to build it, and we're just going with sand as a theme, which could be anything.
Wow. What an open topic. That's
It's
amazing.
very vague. Like you could do a desert, I'm just throwing beach, you could do industry, like anything that has to do with sand, pyramids, like anything. We
Gosh.
have our Discord, like we're just keeping it very open and vague, and this way it'll separate, like, so every build will be very unique and very different. And there's our Discord there, so anyone that hasn't joined, please join. And again, like I said, like for our rules, like our winner of the theme is not allowed to join the next competition until they become a judge in one of our upcoming broadcasts. So it kind of keeps it fair, so the same person doesn't keep winning over and over again, kind of thing, and kind of keeps it like open too, so like they can see
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
back end of it.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's awesome, man. That was the 3 amazing builds, and then both the showcases were great too. And huge look forward to the sand theme, man. That I'm just like blown away. I know, like for me, I'm gonna just do like a beach or something, but I'm just thinking it's just amazing I can't wait to see what people come up with. It's gonna be amazing.
You can submit a showcase, like say like 3Kev was our previous winner, Sakura Nation. If you guys want to submit a showcase, that is fine. Like if you wanna, we could bring you in and have you in on the chat too on it and go over your build that way. And again, thank you CyberScytheX Streams for co-hosting with me today. We'll give CyberScytheX a follow too for everything.
Yeah, I
Like
just
his
appreciate you
streams
guys
are
having
very
me.
fun.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me.
And we're doing like a little batted league. He's gonna lose to me twice a year shortly. We're in the same division, so gonna beat him there.
It's gonna be great, man. Can't wait.
But like I said, thanks everyone for stopping by.